Hello, thanks for watching. Elise makes a bunch of videos. Just want to do a quick video about sort of the human factor, as I like to sometimes call it. So I just watched the most recent Ask Gary Vee show with Daniel Grazer, I think was his name. I probably already forgot at this point. It's supposed to be some really famous producer, director. I'm not even really sure what he does. Some sort of Hollywood person that I probably should know. Um, and I guess he was promoting a book that he's just written about like face-to-face interactions. And I just think it's really interesting because I think definitely growing up and through a large amount of my adult existence as well, I think I've really undervalued like human connections and the importance of like really good people just in general, like on a sort of meta level. Like there's definitely been a lot of examples of good people that I've met who've obviously like greatly improved my life and made things better, like day to day or just like generally. Specifically like with work, how much better is it to have like a good boss, good coworkers versus shit people? And I think especially back in the day when I was more like self-proclaimed pessimist, um, and still now it's just like I hate people, and like as a horde, like a group of people, like it's a lot to handle. Like I still don't really enjoy being in like a big social situation where there's a bunch of people and you're supposed to be like mingling and chatting with strangers and like making all sorts of bullshit like chit chat about whatever crap that is irrelevant. Um, but now it's like a lot of things. It's just so much better when you really break down like chatting with like one good person. That's the thing. When you put people into like a plural, when you're just talking about like, oh, if everyone did this, or like I meet people and people are always doing this and blah 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 blah. It's a whole different thing. But when you think of like one, you just meet one person, you talk to that one person, and you like, if you can have a one-on-one interaction, I think that is really valuable. You can learn a lot. I think doing like workaway stuff, especially with people where you live with them and you really learn about their life and get to like speak with them over days or weeks or whatever. It's really valuable. And there's one workaway that I did in Northern Ireland. Um, One thing that I was surprised to find they were both really involved with like permaculture. They had their own like um, self-sustained situation, basically like off-grid living. Really cool. I learned a lot from them. I think like I really enjoy learning about plants and like farming and stuff like that. And it just never really occurred to me the human factor. So when we're talking about planning um, to build or improve or change like a farm or a living farm or a place that you live in a self-sustained sort of way, um, they were really saying like one thing that you always have to keep in mind is who it is that you're building it for. If it's for yourself, if it's for several people, because of the upkeep and accessing different points, and you really have to keep the human factor in mind. Where I thought I was just going to be learning about plants and animals, but obviously, like with farms, there's humans involved, and you have to really like factor that in, which seems obvious, but like maybe from someone who's not lived on a farm, especially at the time, it was like, wow, I didn't realize I was gonna have to like work with other people, collaborate, and like there's so much more human interaction than I thought there would be. I even think that rural people tend to have better interactions with people just because of the fact that you spend so much of your time without any other humans. And so I think you maybe value and appreciate the time that you do get when you are with someone, that you just like really are sort of more present and more, um, yeah, just like paying attention to what they're saying and like appreciate the fact that they're there and that they're another person. Whereas if when you live in a city, there's just constantly people everywhere, so you just sort of just ignore what everyone else is doing. You get into your own little like mind space, and when they're talking, you're just like, like not really paying attention or like just waiting for a chance to respond with whatever you were gonna say, regardless of what they're saying. Um, but there's always those types of people, and I just think like, yeah, with everything, job, social situations, even education, like, I think school, there's this idea that you're learning about facts or ideas or science or whatever, and you're supposed to be objective. So that means that you're not supposed to have your own personal lens or whatever, but everyone has their lens, even with the like hard sciences. um, People are taking their opinions and writing about whatever it is that they're studying. And so when you're looking at their study, research, whatever it is, you do have to factor in that whoever wrote this or whatever group of people wrote this has their own skewed idea of whatever it is. So yeah, that was my thought for today. Human factor. What do you think? I think it's important to really acknowledge it. I think a lot of times, like I say, especially academically, you like to act like, oh, well, no, 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 this is just a fact. It has nothing to do with opinion. Like, I don't know, this whole argument. What's the difference between fact and opinion? Well, a fact is just something that you're very arrogantly saying cannot be disputed. An opinion is the same piece of information, but just a slightly more open mind to the fact that maybe, other people think differently. So, I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts going on with that, but that was the thought for today. Hope you enjoyed my rant about people and things and very random bits of information about how people and things work. Yeah. What do you think, Kat?